Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do something really different, and I was inspired to do this today. I just got the thought that it would be good for me to make a video on how to read tarot and oracle cards, and I also felt that it would be good for me to make a pick a card reading too. And I realized that I could mix the two into one whole reading. So I'm going to do a pick a card reading, and I'm going to teach you how to read tarot intuitively. And I'm really excited to do this. So there's going to be 3 groups that you could choose from. And I'm going to shuffle some decks and pull some cards for you. And before I read them, I'm going to have you read them yourself and show you how I do it. So you can get some messages from the card, and then I'll tell you what I'm intuitively reading from the cards, so you can get a message from it as well. So you read the card, I read the card, and you learn something. And so I'm just really excited to do this. I think it was a great idea, and I hope you like doing it as well. So I'm going to begin with group 1. And I just got these dragon tinges over here, and I haven't used them in a video yet, but I'm going to today. So I'm just going to use these before each reading, and I hope you like the sound. I really love these. This sound is really healing to me. So I'm just gonna click these. Okay. So I'm going to use the Whispers of Love Oracle, and this is a great beginner's deck because of the imagery. You can really read these intuitively just by intuition alone, and you can read any card intuitively, but with these, they take it to the next level because there's so many images within each of the cards, and there's so many things that I don't see in the card sometimes, but then later on I'll see it. It's pretty crazy, and they're kind of like I Spy cards. You know those books that you can look through and you have to find little things within a lot of objects. It's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack in a way. And these cards are pretty much like that. And I've noticed that many times I'll be drawn to a specific image in the card, and it has so much meaning to the person. So these are really good cards to use if you're just starting out. And these are made by Angela Hartfield. I'll put the names of these decks in the description box below so you could check them out. And she has 4 decks, and all of them have similar imagery, and I really, really like it. So I hope you like it too. So I'm gonna shuffle this. And this is for group 1. And I'm just asking for important messages that you may need to hear right now. So I'm going to keep it pretty open. I'm asking my spirit guides to pull the cards. and I don't believe everyone really interacts with spirit, like with the spirit world, when they work with their oracle and tarot cards, but I am really interactive with my spirit guides during every single reading I do, and I always ask them to help me and to make sure the right cards come out of the decks. And there's many different ways you could shuffle decks. Everyone has their own unique way, and I like to shuffle my cards this way because some decks, they're really big and my hands are kind of small, so sometimes you can't shuffle a deck like you normally would because the cards are so big. And an example of this is the Guardian Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue. The cards are super thick and the cards are huge, so I have to shuffle them this way. It's the only way I've been able to shuffle them. And I found this way really works for me because my guides still have the right cards just like fly out of the deck, or they'll flip over, and just the perfect cards come out, and I really love doing it this way. Sometimes it can take a little while for them to do it, to pull the cards, but I really enjoy doing it this way. So I'm going to start with one card, and I might pull some more. Okay, so, and you saw that it completely flew out. Okay, so I'm going to show you the card. And this is a little different for me because I'm used to just straight up giving you the meaning to the card. But since I'm teaching you and telling you how to read the card, I'm not going to do that. So first of all, you need to be able to see the image. So, okay, here we are. Okay, so what I always do is I just really look at the card. I look at the entirety of it, and sometimes I actually don't look completely at everything that's going on within the card. Sometimes I'll just zone in on one particular spot in the card, and I instantly receive messages from the object or the individual or the word, and sometimes I even get messages from colors. You could see in this card there's a lot of blue, so there could be a message about the color blue that's meaningful for you. So just really look at the card, see where your focus is drawn to. What are you drawn to in this card? Start there. And once you are drawn to something, you see a certain word, or maybe you're drawn to the man in the ship or the lady in the ship, or maybe you're just drawn to the water or the sky. So once you find something or many things, start asking yourself what they mean to you. What does this thing represent? What does it symbolize? What does the word mean to you? And really, really go deep with it. And you'll find that once you find one meaning, it'll lead to another meaning and the next meaning. And it seems to flow. But it might not be like that for you instantly. You might just come up with one or two meanings for it. Whatever it is, just really try to find what it means to you. What does it represent? Okay, so now I'm going to look at it. And you can see in this card there's a lot going on. So there's like a lot of things that you can look at. There's a lot of meaning you could draw from it. Okay, so get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. So I'm instantly drawn to the dolphins in this card. Hopefully you'll be able to see them. So they're over here, the dolphins. And the reason why I am drawn to these is because I have been connecting a lot with the dolphin energy. The dolphin totem has been coming up a lot for me lately. So that's why I'm drawn to the dolphins. And dolphins also represent happiness for me. So this could be a message about you finding happiness and joy in your life. And it's possible that you've recently met someone and you're spending time with them, because this is a relationship card. It says get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. So I feel like you could be in the stage where you are getting to know each other and what your interests are, and I'm seeing two people at a cafe or a diner just talking to each other and having a good time. And I'm seeing both of these people smiling and really enjoying their company. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a friendship or any kind of relationship. This is about spending time with someone that you enjoy spending time with. It could also be a family member. I'm thinking of a father figure. And the man in this card does kind of look like a father figure. He's like an older man, so maybe you'll be able to spend time with your father sometime soon, or you have been. I'm also thinking of like reconnecting with someone that you haven't been able to spend a lot of time with. Maybe you live far away from this person, but you're going to meet up with them. Maybe someone is in town. Maybe you were traveling to spend time with them, to meet up with them and catch up. Old friends, I'm hearing. Maybe you were going to a high school reunion, or it's just a reunion of any kind, just reuniting with someone that is really special to you and important to you, and it was someone that really made an impression on you and was a big part of your life, even if it was like a small amount of time, even if you only spend time with them over the summer or any time, it doesn't matter. They made a lasting impression on you, and that created a friendship with them, you know? So this card is really about relationships, important relationships, and really taking the time to just catch up and listen to them, and also share with them something that's been on your mind, or how things have been going in your life. And this really creates happiness for you. This makes you really happy to be able to spend this quality time with this person. I'm hearing happy times, good times, maybe remembering the good times too, like and talking about times that you've spent together and just going through the memories that you have of them. Really funny memories, like really funny moments. Just really like playful conversation is what I'm hearing. Conversation that makes you laugh and makes you smile and just happy. And it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful relationship. So, and that's all I'm getting from this card. And I know that, like, whatever astrological sign it is right now, I don't keep up with astrology that much, but I know I've seen some posts from people that do know their astrology, saying that they've been hearing from old friends and old exes and people that they knew in their past, like they're starting to talk to them again and meet up with them. So I think that's like a strong energy and like a thing that's been happening recently. So it completely makes sense that this card would come out, and that I saw that because that's been happening, and that's even been happening with me. People have been messaging me that I haven't talked to in so long, and like even a friend requesting me. So I think it's like that's in the energy right now. Relationships, friendships, rekindling them, and just like really talking to people. Communication is another big one. So that completely makes sense. So I hope that resonated with you, and I'm going to start with group 2 now. So gonna these. Okay. I'm gonna use this deck this time, Nature's Whispers Oracle. Let's see what Spirit has to say for you. What do they want to tell you? This is another really good beginner's deck for people that want to read with oracle cards. This is an oracle deck. Oh. Okay. Okay. How to remind myself, can't read yet because I need to teach you something about reading oracle and tarot cards. So this is the beautiful card that came out for you, and I want you to be able to read the writing on it and the number. Even numbers can have significance to you. Sometimes I shuffle cards and use them just to get an answer for a number, like a time. If I'm wondering how long something will take, I'll shuffle usually this deck because it has numbers on it, and I'll just draw meaning from the number. But numbers also don't just have time meaning, they can have a different meaning. There's angel numbers too. So you could always look up the meaning or even find out what it is. What the message is for you just intuitively. So look at this card and see what you are drawn to. Is it a color? Is it a number? Is it a word? Is it the tree? Is it the energy flowing underneath this island? Is it, I think there's a unicorn in this one. Is it the clouds? Is it the stars? What is it? And when you find it, or it could be a few things or more than a couple of things, start with the first one that you're drawn to and ask yourself, what does it mean for you? What does this thing symbolize for you? And just begin there. Start with that. Maybe it gives you a feeling. Is that a feeling that you want to feel more of, or is it a feeling that you want to let go of? And does that color, does it soothe you, or does it bring up a memory that you have? Is there a message about that memory? Maybe there's a person in that memory. Is there, or is the memory something that you want to relive? Is it an experience you want to have more of? You can see here, there's so many things that you can pick up just from one thing. Is there a doorway you want to walk in? Is the doorway might be symbolic of a different path. Are you wanting to do a different career? Something different, something new that you're passionate about and never thought you would be, but here you are wondering about it, and wondering, should I take this path? Should I walk through that door? Are you afraid of shutting the door you were in for a new one, you know? Possible. Just think about it. Just let it sit, let it come to you. Don't force it. Just clear your mind and focus on a feeling that it's bringing you. Or whatever it is. Something will come to you. And really, just feel it out, or maybe just see what it means. Or maybe you'll hear something, or maybe you'll just know what this card means for you. Maybe you just know the message. There's many different ways that you can receive messages from spirit, or just read the energy. Like I said, you can see what it means. Maybe you see in your mind a memory or something that has significant meaning to you, or you receive a thought, you hear the message, you feel the message, you know the message, or maybe you even smell something. I don't smell intuitively that much, but it's possible. Maybe you start to smell baked goods. I'm smelling sticky buns for some reason. That just came to mind. Like grandma's cooking, or it just something that smells really good, and it brings you a feeling of comfort and warmth and home. So maybe one of you had a memory of that or something, I don't know. But that's an example. And did you see how I got a message from that? So if you smelled something like that, a sticky bun, it can lead to a memory of you at your grandma's house and how you felt there. You felt loved, you felt comfortable, and it was like home there. And maybe that's something that you want to feel more of, or maybe you want to see grandma again, you know? So there's many different ways that you can receive messages from a card. And usually the first thing you get, just know that's your intuition. Because sometimes your logical mind could get in the way and start telling you that's not right, but just know that it's a message for you. And one thing that I learned from one of my teachers, and it was actually a class on mediumship, connecting with past loved ones, but I do this with my tarot card readings as well. So I usually set up before a reading, I meditate for a little bit, or for a long time, whatever I feel like doing, and I tell my spirit guides and I make the intention, okay, once I press the record button, every thought that comes to mind, it's going to be a message from spirit. And even if it's a part of me, maybe it's a part of my imagination, it's going to be mixed in with messages from spirit. The spirit world is going to impress upon me messages and thoughts, and they're going to be significant to the person I'm giving a reading to. So I just put that intention out there. So whatever I think, whatever I feel, is going to be significant to the person. And so my logical mind isn't going to get in the way because I made that intention. I'm not going to second guess anything. I'm just going to trust that it's a message for them. And it makes it so much easier. You allow the information to flow and to come to you, and you are able to receive the meaning without second guessing yourself. It just comes, and you know that it's for you or it's for the person. So just making a simple intention like that, or a simple goal, and you talk with your guides about it, or you just make the intention out into the universe, and just trust that they heard you, and that is how it's going to be. And you'll notice that, well, people will tell you, yeah, that was significant to me, and once you keep doing it and doing it, you'll just trust yourself and you'll trust the meaning, and that can take a little bit. But this is my advice for you, and something that I do that helps me. So trust is a big one. Just trust the message that you receive in whatever way you receive it. And each person receives messages in their own unique way. And yeah, that's all I can think of. So I'm gonna share with you what I get from this card and what I think it means for you. So give me a second to look at this card. So I had to turn off my camera because it turns off after every 23 minutes. And during that time, I just kind of scanned this card, looked at it, and I was really focused on the rainbow energy down here. Rainbow energy down here. And I got this really interesting image of a rainbow, and it's the typical rainbow that you see with the pot of gold at the end, like with a leprechaun, you know. And I kind of received a thought, so some time ago I feel that you might have made a wish in a way, like you wanted to get something and you put it out in the universe, just by having that thought, I wish I had that, or I wish I could experience that. And I feel like now is the time for you to receive it. Whatever you wished for, I feel like it's coming to you, or like it will soon, or like Spirit's just saying it will come to you. And I saw the rainbow, so you were at one end of the rainbow and the pot of gold wasn't on this end, it was on the other end. But I saw the rainbow like switch around, so it like turned around, and so the gold is coming to you. That's the message that I got, that's what I saw. So I feel like, so you made a wish here and the wish is going to come to you, it's coming back around. Whatever energy you put into something, it's coming back around, it's looping back to you. And it's a really good thing. I feel really positive about this. It's definitely a positive thing because we're talking about rainbows here and we're talking about gold. This is something that you really wanted, and so you put the energy into it, and Spirit wants you to know that it's gonna come back around to you. You're going to experience it soon, and it's coming to you, it's coming to fruition. But there's another message that I'm getting with this card because it's called Potential Gateway. So for some people, you have a wish and this inspiration and this desire and this wish has recently come to mind. So it's like the beginning of this thing. There's the potential of you getting this if you put the time and energy into it. There's the potential there, like you know that it could be, and you're thinking about how it can be, like how can I get this? How can this happen for me? So you have like the choice. Are you gonna walk through the doorway, or are you just, or is it like not important enough to you to put in the time and energy? So I feel like you're like making an important decision right now about something that you want, and you're trying to decide for yourself if you're going to move forward with it, or if you're just going to walk away from it. Because you could see here in this card, there's people out here. They're not walking through this doorway, but they can if they want to. So you're kind of like here. I feel like you're kind of on the fence about something. Like you're not quite sure if you should like move forward into like this potential. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe, like I said, maybe you've been working this certain career for a while, but something is like calling you to do something different. And you're kind of on the fence about it because you're comfortable where you are, but it's like it's calling to you. This like the other side, the potential. And you could be thinking about your potential, like maybe you're thinking, well, there's like so much more I could do. Maybe there's a job out there that it will be more meaningful to me and more fulfilling to me. And there's something really magical and like alluring to this thing, and I can feel myself being in this card, like right here, and I could hear like this echo, like someone calling to me, like on the other side of this tree, you know? They're on the other side, and I could just like hear someone, like Corey's like echoing out. Like someone or something is calling to you, and you might not be sure what it is, but something is calling to you and your intuition is telling you to go somewhere to be somewhere in particular. You know, this could be meeting someone. Spirit's telling you to listen to your hunches and your gut feelings. If you all of a sudden feel that you need to like go to a cafe or like a bookstore or travel somewhere, they're telling you to listen to it because there's something waiting for you. That's what I'm getting. There's something very special waiting for you, and there's a reason why you are feeling that way. There's like a call, and it's a definitely like spiritual. But this kind of goes along with destiny, but then again, we have free will. We make choices, and our choices can affect our future. So if you decide not to go to that cafe or whatever, wherever it is, you might miss out on a opportunity to meet someone that you might end up with, like a romantic relationship, romantic partner, or an opportunity to get your dream job. But Spirit is saying, listen. Listen to that voice that is calling to you. Listen to it, and it is going to lead you somewhere great, to a really beautiful potential that is there for you. It's there. So there was a lot of messages that came through for group 2 and with this card, and I hope that you're able to take something from it if you chose group 2. And I hope that it resonated with you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to start with group 3 now. So I don't even know like what you call it, like tapping these two together, I don't know. Okay, just clearing the energy, and I love the sound of it. So I thought I was going to use just one deck today, but I feel like using just 3 different decks for 3 different groups. So I think that's interesting. Okay, so I'm asking Spirit, what do you need to hear? What do you need to know? This is the Rumi Oracle. This deck is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. This deck is really, really spiritual. You'll see with the imagery of the card that comes out, it's a very ethereal. You could definitely do energy readings with this, like if someone wanted to know like what color aura they have, or they want to know something really spiritual, this is the deck that I pull. It portrays this spiritual world and spiritual beings pretty well. There's a lot of like goddesses in this deck. It's very colorful too. Okay, let's see what card comes out for you. Sometimes it takes a while. And it's crazy, like some cards will almost fall out, but they don't. Okay. Oh wow, okay. This is a beautiful card, I love it. The meaning to this card in the book is so deep. So want to make sure you could read what it says on the bottom here. Okay, so look at this card and see what you were drawn to in it. What catches your eye in this card? Is it a color? Is it a word? Is it a number? Is it a particular mountain, or is it the sun? And is it the yellow? Just see what you were drawn to, and pay attention to what you feel or what you see. What is coming to you in your imagination, through your imagination? Are you hearing a message? What do you feel? Do you feel anything? Do you hear anything? Are you receiving any thoughts from it? Are you remembering something, like a memory? What is it bringing to mind? And ask yourself what it means. What does it mean to you? If it had a significant meaning, what would it be? What would it be? And just trust it and let it take you to the meaning. Maybe you don't come up with a deep meaning right away, but it will lead to something. It will always lead to something. And just let it flow. My hand is getting a little tired holding it up. Okay, so I'm gonna read it now. And it might be similar to what you received from the card, or it might be different. But just know that what you got, it's like a beginning to you connecting to your intuition and reading with cards. It's a beginning and a great start. So be proud of whatever you got from it. That's really interesting. Group 1 got a card that has number 44 on it, and this one has 33 on it. So I think that's interesting. Okay. So maybe that's a significant number to you. Maybe you're seeing 3s a lot, like in sequence. Angel numbers. I'm thinking like what that means. I know 3 is representative of like the Holy Trinity, so it's a very spiritual number. I can't think of anything else at the moment. But it's like a very high vibe number, 33. You who showed the way. Yeah, I'm getting something very spiritual from this card. Like, you might believe in Jesus, or you might believe in God, or some kind of higher power. It could be a deity, it could be a god or goddess, a very spiritual, like ascended master. Because it says you who showed the way, and with 33, the Holy Trinity. Out of like all the things that I could have gotten from that, I received the message Holy Trinity. So I feel like you're like asking for guidance from an ascended master, a god, or some very like enlightened being that you admire and worship and you receive messages from. And it's like you're saying to them, you who show the way, please show me the way. What do I need to do? Where do I need to go? where am I going, or just whatever answers that you are looking for from an enlightened being, from a spiritual individual. It could even be a loved one that you're trying to receive messages from. But they are in the spiritual realm. This person is in the spiritual realm. And you're saying, you who show the way, please show me the way. And they are trying to like come through and shine light on the situation. I'm really focused on this light being coming down. I feel like it's coming down. And this is your situation. It could feel a little rocky. It could feel a little bumpy, like the journey has been kind of rough for you. The situation might be a little rough. But this, like this being, this enlightened one, they are shining their light upon the situation, and they're trying to bring light into the scenario. Trying to show you the positive. They are trying to like bring in a lot of positivity to you and your life and this situation. And they're saying to hang in there because it is going to get easier pretty soon here. So just hang in there. They've been hearing and listening to your prayers. I feel like you have been sending out a lot of prayers and messages to the universe. You've been talking to God. You've been talking to your loved ones. Whoever you feel a deep connection to, and I keep thinking of Buddha too, so maybe you've been talking to Buddha as well. I know he's an ascended master, and he preaches peace. He's like the master of peace and the master of enlightenment. And you can talk to him or call upon him to help you if things have been difficult for you. He understands the hard times as well. He doesn't just, like, he preaches peace and positivity. But he has an understanding of situations that aren't very happy, and I want to say like he's experienced those too, like he's lived here before, like on this planet. He understands, and he found ways to find peace through them. It might also help you to just look through quotes online. I know I've done this before too. Whenever you're feeling really down, just type in like positive quotes, positive life quotes, even like quotes from Buddha or Tibetan monks, or from the Bible. There's something coming through here about written words, written testaments, words of wisdom and peace. You could even read some books that can help you to feel better. But there's definitely something about looking into different philosophies, because there's Buddhism, there's Christianity, there's For some reason I can't think of a different one. But there's a different philosophies, spiritual books that people go to feel better about their situation and to find meaning behind the situation, the mystery behind it, why is it happening, things like that, and finding the purpose of it. I feel like you reading the Bible or certain quotes or reading into a certain philosophy like Buddha, I feel like that will help you a lot in your situation. And you know, it's interesting because I pulled the Rumi, a card from the Rumi Oracle, and Rumi was a famous writer and philosopher, and there's so many quotes that I love from Rumi, and they're so peaceful, and they're only 5 words 5-word quote, and it can bring you to peace, into a state of calm and peace. Just 5 words. So try to find those words, those written philosophies, those written testaments that can help you feel better and find that understanding that you are looking for in that peace. That is my advice for you. And with loved ones, I'm also seeing written letters. You can even look through things that your loved ones have written to you, and that can even bring you peace. Just a simple Valentine's letter. Love your husband. Just those words can help a lot and bring you a lot of comfort reading those things. So that's my advice for you on that. And I want to pull another card for you, actually. So this is the Surrender Your Power Oracle. I feel guided to shuffle this deck. Just pull one more card for you. Because I feel like you've been going through a lot lately. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is why I feel guided to use this deck, because it has the prayer card in it. I had a feeling this would come out for you. Because I feel like you're definitely praying. You're praying to someone. You're praying to something. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. I feel like you really need to hear this message right now. So just keep praying and know that your prayers will be answered and you are being heard. That's what Spirit is really trying to tell you. Don't feel that they aren't being heard. They are being heard, and they are working to make things better for you. But there's something about you learning something from this experience, and there's something beautiful that will come out of it, is what I'm hearing. And they don't want to keep you from learning this valuable lesson, finding the meaning behind this. There's like something that will come out of it that will be really good for you, really meaningful to you in your life. And they're not going to stop that process, but They're saying that they're going to help you through this situation, and like it says, answers and support will arrive. They're coming to you, and they're working on that. And I feel like you're really wanting to know, like, what is the purpose behind this? Like, why do I have to go through this? But they're saying, trust us. This isn't just happening to happen. There's, like, meaning behind this. And don't give up on the praying. And this card is saying, pray from your heart. If you pray from your heart, like it says, you will be heard throughout the universe. You will be heard. No thought is unheard when it comes to the spiritual worlds. Someone is going to hear it, and someone is going to help you, you know? They're going to help you. So just know that. And that is all of the messages for group 3. I just realized that that was for group 3, and the card that came out has the number 33 on it, so that's another synchronicity with the number 3. That's definitely something important for you, the number 3, so had to add that in there. So I hope that this reading helped you, and I hope you learned from it, learned something from it, and I hope you have a beautiful day or evening, whatever time it is where you are while you watch this. Thank you so much for your support and for watching this. Bye.